We are now on Above and Beyond tour. We're gonna try out the Discovery Sport and also the Velar here at MAEPS in Serdang. This is going to be part of the, basically it's a worldwide tour where you get to actually win a trip to Namibia, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, first car is the Rival. Yes. Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Unfortunately, doing a lot of work. Alright, so we are trying out the Discovery Sport now. Now in the Discovery Sport, and we are on the way to the obstacle course area for this Above and Beyond tour by Land Rover Malaysia. Let's feel 240 horsepower worth of Discovery Sport. On-road handling is definitely very good. Refinement is good.
On the gravel. So now we have to select the terrain response. Okay, this is the button that you need to use to select. So you're gonna select into the mud and ruts. So okay, with the Discovery Sport, you have the ATPC, or in full term is the all-terrain progress control.
All-terrain progress control is like adaptive cruise control.
Yeah, you can use the cruise control lah. On the off-road. Okay.
So I'm just letting the car roll by
itself. Yeah.
It's the fun thing about Land Rovers. One thing I remember last time in the old 110 also, they have that you put it in first gear and then it just crawls by itself.
Yeah.
So this is basically the automatic transmission version of that.
That is when you do it manually.
You can APC is now off.
So we need the hill descent control. What you do is you let go the brake all the way down.
Okay, so
just control your steering.
Yeah, just want to hold on to the steering.
Ready?
Okay.
Go. Let go the brake all the way down. Yeah. Control. Yeah. That is how the hill descent control works.
Gently like a baby.
Yeah.
So I'm just again using the cruise control. I mean, if you really don't want to work at it, then you really don't want to work. You're really seriously lazy after going to your this one. You can just let the this one is not bad. No, I put it half in the nearly below
check
half.
The speed. It is about 11
kilometers per hour. It's about half.
You are heading to wading pool.
Okay, now we're gonna take a bath.
Slow down. Do not stop. Just go slow.
We are still on road tires actually. We are on the tires that have been fitted to the car from the factory basically.
Yep.
So this is all factory spec. The tires are essentially road tires. They're not really all-terrain tires. So the best thing about Land Rover is this Discovery Sport is you can carry a lot of people, but you still can go through water and all of this, and it's doing fine. So the car just took a bath.
Bumpy course.
Oh, this is nice. Yeah, you can feel that.
Okay, steering should be straight. Yeah.
You can feel that.
Okay.
Traction control.
Relax. You just need to throttle a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yes. Get it right. Well done. Good. It's a good one. Okay.
Speak about comfort and all. It's very comfortable in this car. Soundproofing is also very good. I mean, when you were doing the elephant walk, where the tires were trying to find grip and all the differentials were working, you can only tell that yes, but it's all quite very refined. Everything is quiet and all in this Land Rover. It's very comfortable. Suspension is really comfortable. I mean, I think long travel suspension is good, but they've tuned it right because even on road just now, the amount of body roll was actually very controlled. So good. This is a Land Rover, so it does the off-road thing very well. If you are one of those persons who end up doing a lot of off-roading, you've got say a plantation, a small orchard, dusun in Malay, dusun durian. You like durian and all. This is one of the cars which you should take into account. Inside is very nice, comfort, the door panel, the door trims, the equipment and all, the traction control for off-roading, on-roading, it's all very good. Ground clearance is fantastic, seating is good. The size is, I think, just nice for even urban city driving in Kuala Lumpur, especially where people double park, triple park and quadruple park also if they feel like it. So the size is nice, maneuverability is good. You can see from the video the glass until the C pillar or D pillar is actually so visible. Even if you don't have, say, a camera and all, it's actually quite good in terms of all-round visibility. Somehow that is also important. So if you got somebody, say your wife wants to drive the thing, no problems. Your kid also can drive this car. It's actually quite easy. So this is my short review of the Discovery Sport. I'll be hopping on to the Velar next. So one thing about the Velar, it's still not like the Range Rover Sport or anything lah. It's still
dia in between the Evoque.
Evoque.
Dia duduk kat tengah-tengah.
Yeah, so in terms of size, it's still just nice for city driving.
Yep.
Okay. It was quite soft in comfort mode. Now you're in comfort mode, right?
Yep.
Comfort program selected. Okay, so now we're going to go for this one.
Yeah, just soft touch, one touch only. Okay.
Because now we're in dynamic mode. So throttle response seems to have gone up a notch. Gear suddenly is one step down. Steering also a bit more weight and all. Suspension seems to be also a bit firmer than usual.
Yeah.
It still absorbs bumps very comfortably. It feels a bit softer than the Discovery Sport, but this is basically the suspension working itself out. So yeah, you can tell there's a bit more money that Range Rover put inside this Velar compared to the Discovery Sport, but we're actually somehow more confident in terms of how it handles. So where are we going? Comfort, grass, mud ruts. Okay, now we are mud ruts. Typically, this is what you'll be using in Malaysia. You won't be using the desert also, I think, much.
Okay, we're gonna use the drive
assist mode. I see.
And then
so this is left and right on the camera. This is more on hill descent and all, but it's on the mud and ruts.
We don't have the all-terrain progress control.
So it's basically you get luxury, but you don't get what you have in the Discovery Sport. So this is yes. So now I'm back on the normal.
Okay, just go with the slow speed. You feel the torque, you feel the differential, how it works, how the torque brings you up to this hill.
The best thing about this Velar is it's doing the same thing which you did in the slightly more basic, not say basic, Land Rover compared to this Range Rover, but you get a bigger screen. You get a more infotainment style display with bigger screens and all. Oh, the track is nice. Slip sliding also.
You can feel it.
Yes.
Okay, Nas.
So there's also a heads-up display also to tell you that what's going on. The heads-up display is unique. There's also compass there. The level meter and all is there. It's good. The infotainment screen, the information that you get from the instrument clusters is
the degree going up.
Yes, it's fantastic. You get all the information you want, and then there's also the instrument cluster, which tells you the diff is locked or not. That's the best thing now. The diff locked. Now it's locked. It's amazing. I mean, simple touches like this give you all the information you need for a drive like this. I mean, if you look at the roads that we are going, we are not actually going on some
not a flat road.
Some flat road and all. The weather is actually glorious in some ways. Just about to rain, but not. So it's actually very cooling in Malaysia.
Worried.
But they're worried. They're worried because they don't like the rain. If not,
because we have to stop.
Yeah, they don't want to stop. They don't want
to stop. That's a problem.
Yeah, because we're still on road tires.
Still on the road tire. Remember, we're still on the road tire.
This is so nice.
Special tire, no problem.
So, like the Discovery Sport, also this Velar is basically based on nearly the same architecture. Visibility is fantastic all round.
Just now you can see, okay, to your left.
Yeah, so we gotta go
into
the rut first.
Go into the rut.
We go into the rut a bit,
in
between the ruts, and now we are this one. So, and the best thing about this car is it's still very comfortable. Oh, it's seriously comfortable. Off-roading in a Range Rover is something which you need to experience if you own one. This 2-litre engine also seems to have enough power. The gearbox is nice and sweet. The rotary button is something only a Range Rover, Land Rover and a Jaguar has right now. So it has that certain trademark there. And the seats are also very, very comfortable for all of this. I mean, the grips, the side, the bolsters are actually quite deep. This is a very good sports type of seats. They're not flat and all. They're much better than the ones in the Discovery Sport. which are comfortable. But they're more flat. They're not really that sculptured like this. These Velar seats and all. So this Velar has very good seats and all. The driving position is nice. You do get a throne-like driving position. It's quite like the Range Rover Sports and above. So but it's still smaller than those cars. It still feels lighter and nimbler than the Range Rover Sport. This is not an air suspended Velar. This is a normal 2-liter turbocharged Velar with the full-time all-wheel drive, lockable middle diff. The gearbox is, I think, 8-speed. The steering also in this kind of condition is actually very good. The lights are on right now because it's already dark and all, and it's actually quite good. Everything is, oh man, this car is nice. This is one of those cars where it brings a bit of old world charm and new world tech together with it. Think about Land Rovers and Range Rovers in Malaysia. It's been quite a while. It's because since the earlier days, since the 50s, 60s, since Land Rover first came to Malaysia, or it was brought into Malaysia, say by the British and all, it's been around 1957. I think, yeah, the first few Land Rover Series 1, Series 2s were in production. I think the time when Malaysia gained independence, we still use a lot of Land Rovers. The military, the Ministry of Health also use a lot of Land Rovers and all, especially to go into the countryside and all, where the roads are actually like this. So, and then a lot of people in Cameron Highlands actually bought all the old Land Rovers and started using it at the Cameron Highlands plantations, where they, a lot of estate managers bought the thing for their rubber estates and now palm oil estates and all. So it has been a tradition for Land Rover to be in Malaysia for all of this. So it's quite a thing to actually own or drive a Land Rover in Malaysia. Actually, it's quite a unique experience and memorable in many ways. Oh, and the rain has started. Okay, yeah. I mean, it might be raining right now, but what a great place to be in the Velar.